Do you pull putts to the left? In today's session, we're going to be going over how to put stability in your putting stroke to help you make those short putts, but also to have better control over your long putts. As we start to study and examine in our putting stroke what we should be moving and what we shouldn't be moving, one of the things that we don't want to move are our knees. When we're putting, the putter head is moving, but our knees aren't moving. Our knees aren't moving side to side. They shouldn't be turning in an arc. Remember, in the full swing, we've talked about when you swing back, your knees should be moving in an arc along with the club, but not in the putting stroke. We're not trying to hit this ball as far as we possibly can. One of the key things to understand in putting is that the intention is to stop the ball close to the hole. We're not trying to hammer this ball as hard as we can. It's important for us to know what should be moving and not moving. When I'm hitting this putt, I'm trying to focus on my knees staying pretty still. I want to show you an example of my knees not staying still. If I was to do this putting stroke and my knees were moving, there is a high likelihood that I will hit the putt too hard, as you can see there, and I will pull the putt like I did at the beginning of this video. Very important when you're putting for your knees to stay very quiet. That's the first piece of today's session. The second piece of today's session has to do with our nose. We also, when we putt, want to keep our nose fairly stable. We don't want our nose moving. I see a lot of times when people are putting, when their nose is moving, maybe they're trying to take a peek at where they're trying to go, that takes this putter head to the left and leads to a lot of pulls. As I'm hitting my putt, I'm trying to keep my nose pretty stable. That one I did a pretty good job of, keeping my nose stable. Hit a little bit too hard. The focus here, knees and nose are stable as I swing this putter head back and forth. Let me show you an example of the nose moving. And that shoots my putter head off to the left. I want to bring attention to a pretty good training aid that you might want to try from Eyeline Golf, which is their putting alignment mirror. And the nice thing about this is when you're putting, you can see yourself in the mirror. And this is a great way for you to practice keeping your nose stable. If I put this putting mirror down and line it up with about where I'm trying to go, I can look down and see my eyes in the mirror. And let's say I did a practice stroke. I want to make sure that as I go through, my nose isn't moving. Then I'll bring a ball over and I will practice. Looks like this is aimed just a little bit too far right. I will practice keeping my nose stable as I putt. This little training aid is fantastic for many different reasons. You can work on the face alignment, you can work on your green reading, your stroke length, getting the ball to come off square on the face. For today, we're trying to keep our nose stable. The performance drill I'd like you to try is called One Step at a Time. This is an extremely powerful game to play on a consistent basis for many different reasons. And I'll talk through it as we do it. And we'll go from this hole right here. I want to take a quick break in the video and give a shout out to one of our partners, Under Armour Golf. They provide the good looking, I feel like, and good performing apparel. We have tops, bottoms, and then also it's always great when they come out with new updated footwear. Their new updated Charged is what they're called. Charged spikeless shoes make me feel like I have tennis shoes on. I can go to the gym, but I can also come out here and teach and also play golf. All right, back to the game. It's called One Step. From the hole, you take one step away. which is approximately 3 feet. The intention of this game is to get really good at stopping the ball close to the hole so you can tap it in. The goal is 2 putts or less, and then you can graduate to 2 steps, 3 steps, and as far back as you can. If I was 1 step away, my goal is to stop this close to the hole. It happened to fall in, now I go 2 steps away. 1, 2. I'm gonna read the putt, working on my knees staying stable and my nose staying stable. Trying to stop the ball close to the hole. And since I got it in the hole in 2 putts or less, I now go to 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. If I was a more advanced player, I would start the game of 1 step at maybe 5 or 10 steps. Let me start at 5 steps away. 5 steps away is 15 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 15 feet away. This is a really good distance for me to practice stopping the ball close to the hole. Pretty good pace. I love it when the ball stops within a shoe of the hole. I feel like that's pretty good speed. And since I 2-putted, I now go back to 6 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another advantage to this game is that you're walking back and forth, raising your heart rate. Very, very important to increase the good feeling chemicals in your brain, the endorphins. And the more we get those flowing in our brain, the better we feel, the better we can problem solve. When you're playing a game where you're standing still and not moving at all, and you miss a putt, you start to get frustrated, and you don't have the chemistry in your brain to help you keep your mood in a great place. If you do a game where you're moving and you're elevating your heart rate, like this game, it allows you to release those feel-good chemicals that you get from exercise, keeps your mood high, and allows you to focus and problem solve, deal with difficulty better. I'm now on to 7 steps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 21 feet away. Can already feel my heart rate elevating a little bit. So I need to work on lowering my heart rate by breathing, which is always good to do. So that's 7 steps away. If I happen to 3-putt, at least in this variation, you just go back to the same number of steps and try it again. I'm going to continue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other thing I wanted to highlight for those of you watching this is that this is exactly how you would do it on the course. You'd hit a putt and then you try to make it. You'd hit a putt and you try to make it. You don't just hit 10 30-footers in a row. You would never do that on the golf course. You also don't hit 10 5-footers in a row. You just wouldn't do that on the course. Maybe if you're technically working on something like with the mirror, I don't see anything wrong. I actually see some benefit in hitting the same putt over and over again if you're working on a mechanical piece. But if you're trying to perform, like I'm trying to get this ball in the hole in 2 strokes or less, it's exactly what I do when I'm on the course. You need to have a game that emulates that. All right, that's 8 steps. Now I go to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 27 feet away, almost 30 feet. Pretty good speed there. I definitely take that if I was on the golf course. 30 feet away. Tap it in. Now I go to 10 steps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm at exactly 30 feet away. And we're going the same direction just because the sun's in a spot where we're filming where we've got to kind of stay in the same direction. What you can do to make this a little bit harder is every time go in a different direction. That will test your ability to control the pace. Also, if you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, if you happen to 3-putt, you could do a variation where you'd have to start over. I'm at 10 steps right there. I've got about a 4-footer here. And if we're playing the restart game, if I happen to miss this, I've got to start. Whew, good thing I made that. If I missed it, I'd have to start back at 1 step. Let's do this one more time. I'm gonna go out to 11 steps. So this is 33 feet away. Over the years of doing this game, we've seen people get all the way to 20 steps, 30 steps, just depending on how big the green is. Rule of thumb, I like to see folks get to about 12 steps every time they do this. Steps, 12 times 3 is 36. I always think that is a good distance to get to. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you need even more help, I invite you to find a local Operation 36 coach near you or post a comment below and we'd love to help you.